Are there other members of the public that would like to address the board?
Diane Kearney, 16 Briarwood Drive. Though I can't completely disagree with what was said, I have to say it's a two-way street. I'm a 50-year resident of Manchester. I graduated from Manchester High School. I've been employed by Manchester Public Schools for the last 35 years. I taught English and French at the high school. I've been an administrator at every level, K through adult ed. I'm a mother of 4 girls, 3 of whom are graduates, and 1 who's presently in the 5th grade at Bennett. No, I didn't have a child 30 years later. She's adopted. My thoughts are in response to what I'm hearing about the violence in the audience, in the schools. As a resident of Manchester, I've made lifelong friends and see and feel the strength and beauty that this community is made of. I live, however, by a protocol called the 4 Agreements when engaging in difficult conversations, and one of those agreements happens to be speak your truth. And for those of you who don't know me, I am a truth speaker. I've called this district out many a day. It's actually a part of my job and a part of my lifelong work. At one point, I lost my job for speaking my truth. So please know that I have no problem telling the truth, even if it means risk for me. I speak to you today, and that's really the families, not so much to the board, though I think the board should hear this, as a mother of a child at Bennett, and as an employee with vast yet a very unique perspective, and a resident who has never hesitated to speak my truth. Now, the truth that I want to tell you right now is that, number one, when we consider data, we are no different with the number of suspensions and expulsions that we were a year ago. Actually, there may be 5 more suspensions than there were last year at this time. This doesn't mean that there isn't work to do, because we have a responsibility to decrease these numbers. But the operative word is we. And truthfully, what will be the catalyst for decreasing those numbers are those who are in front of our children. That means me as the educator, and that means us as parents and as community members. We have a collective responsibility to meet the needs of our youth, and they deserve it for us, for you, me, to help to create the conditions by which they can grow into the best versions of themselves. We have a responsibility to keep your children safe, no doubt about it. I have a child in this district right now, but we as parents have a responsibility to support the district. If my daughter Cameron causes a fight in the building or is in the middle of a fight, it's going down with me and Cameron as a parent. She's going to know. How am I completely blaming the school? I don't believe it's just the school's responsibility. It's a heavy lift, and we both have to hold the weight. My fear is that the weight is going to be shifted only to the parent or only to the school. Neither is the answer. The school has a responsibility to work with us as parents and vice versa. I think we should be as critical of ourselves as we are of this district. I want us to hold the same level of accountability to ourselves as to you as we do to the district. All that said, as the Director of Equity and Adult Ed, I'm willing to engage in some courageous conversations, along with the Chief of Family Partnerships and Student Engagement, as well as any other community organization, to discuss these concerns as collaborative, not as agents of blame. So I have some cards I'm willing to share with anybody in the community so that we can begin this conversation to ensure that we're all held accountable to the same standard.
Thank you. Are there other members of the public that would like to address the board?